Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy, and today I'm going to be talking about retail cannabis companies in Canada. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell down below so you're notified when I upload a video as soon as possible, and give me thumbs up. I appreciate it. It helps my channel grow and it helps more people see my video, and it motivates me to make more videos. So I appreciate everybody gives me thumbs up. I also would like to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment information purposes. Do not buy or sell based on anything I talk about in this video. Buy or sell after you did your research, your due diligence, and you like the investment you're pursuing. Okay, so now I'm gonna have a little bit more time for the regular viewers. My job just closed. We finished. We were putting all the windows. Holy crap, those windows are heavy moving those windows. I feel buff now. It wasn't just for the, like, I wasn't making that much money on the job. Like, it was very little. But I worked a lot of hours, and you know, some good experience doing kind of a, you know, working on a framing crew. I didn't do like really framing, but like you do like these truss clips and putting in the windows, and you know, putting silicone, putting shims in, cleaning, crap like that. Just being a bitch for the framing crew. I mean, obviously I got to do some pretty cool stuff as well. You know, screw the air nailer in with the truss clips, so to make sure the building's strong. So, but yeah, anyways, I'm not a construction channel, so I'm not gonna bore you guys to death, but I just want to share. Then I have more time now until I get another job soon. I'm trying to get up my regular boiler making jobs. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So yeah, I'm out in northern BC again. I might be on the road tomorrow. There's a few things I might be doing, but I want to talk about retail cannabis stores. Okay, so Choom is very, they're doing a lot of things, but they haven't really gotten revenue, so they're in the race in Canada, and then they're around like 40 cents or so. 200 million shares out. Aurora owns them, but I think in the future they're going to be a good revenue generator, and then eventually get to profitability, because now they got a good president. And all these companies, like across the board, not just in retail, are really building up their you know, their chairman and CEOs and board of directors. They want to have the highest people, you know, and the cannabis space is attracting all this top talent. So I mean, that's why I'm very bullish on this sector. But yeah, so Fire and Flower with the Couche-Tard, they only want to be in global, and but at the same time they're not going to be able to really be in global because USA is federally illegal and they're on the TSX, so that won't let them. But I mean, I don't know, maybe they can do like a CBD store, maybe in like Switzerland or something like that. I don't know. It's hard to say, you know. Couche-Tard is gonna help them. They're a huge company, like an $80 billion company, so big retail giants. So well, they'll figure something out. But I bought a couple hundred shares on that news. I mean, obviously I'm a little bit down, but you know, I'm just gonna hold it till it gets to like maybe $5, or maybe it only goes to like $3 or $4. When things go, I'll sell my shares. So I don't intend to hold them for like 2 years or anything like that. But anyways, and Alcanna, they got the alcohol and their click in, and it's like LQIF maybe in America, but they're reporting August 9th, and they're not the #1 company like that has the most stores, but they are very backed by Aurora, and yeah, they want to be a big player, but they have they're also an alcohol store too. So I mean, they got both kind of going for them, but they've been losing money, especially with expanding with the cannabis. So we'll see. High Tide, they also they have a glass store and kind of like accessory store. It's called, like, I think it's, oh, I can't even remember the name, but they have another store as well as their dispensaries that are Canna Cabana, and so I think they want to go into USA too. So they're generating pretty good revenues. I think next quarter could be around like 8 to 10 million, maybe higher, who knows. But I mean, they're probably like on around like a 25 to 35 million run rate. I'm not sure about Alcanna, what their run rate is for cannabis sales, but I know what Fire and Flower is like, did 11 million, so based on that it's like around like 44 million, but maybe they'll do like 50 million for 2019, like at the end of the year. Maybe they'll have like a $20 million quarter, because now they have 24 stores, as well as well, the big one that I own shares in as well is Meta, but I should buy more, because they did adjusted EBITDA of, I think it was like 2.3 million and on 16.8 million. So that's very impressive, and that's like a run rate of like 67, 70 million, you know. They're going to get like a 20 million, 25 million quarter at the end of the year. So, and they're at 53 cents. So when the big money pools into these cannabis companies, it's going to run up. So I think I should buy some more, like at least maybe 1,500 to like 2,500 shares more, and then I'll have like either 2,000 or 3,000 shares of Meta, and then I'll wait for it to go to like $1.50 or $3, and then I'll sell. So that's my plan with Meta. There was like news about Aurora looking into them, but then they were like saying some type of like convertible debentures, like debt or something, like, and they weren't interested. But I think that's just a bullshit hoax. People lie and they make false rumors on the internet, so who knows. But they are the #1 company for sales in all of cannabis, and they have the most stores. They have 34 stores, and that's a great achievement. They're hitting the stride. Their goal is for 40 stores in 2019 and 100 stores in 2020. So, if they're doing like all those stores that they just like build, like probably like gives them like around 100 million run rate just on 40 stores. So on 100 stores, that's going to give them like a 250 million run rate. So maybe they start doing like 40 or 50 million when they're not expanding anymore in net income. So that's why I think buying at these levels is pretty smart. I haven't talked about them much on my channel, but I do think you need to look at them. At 53 cents is a very good opportunity just to get a small position and make a big return. Like it could potentially go to 250 or 5. Like you look at Namaste back in 2017 when it was at like 22 cents. I had 32,000 shares at that price, and it went all the way to 440. No, did I hold it all the way at that? No, that was silly, but whatever. So like their growth trajectory, they're going to be on a higher level, and they could potentially go to the TSX very soon, maybe even the NYSE or NASDAQ. I think that company. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to talk about as far as the retail companies. High Tide's like kind of like coming back down, but High Tide's a very good company as well, and they're going to be in USA, I think. So those are the companies that are in Canada that people don't really talk about too much, but I think retail is like starting to heat up, especially when you see Couche-Tard get on board and they want to invest. You know that the money's going to roll into these retail companies because they've been neglected. All the money's been going into CanTrust, and they've been just making false walls. So 1.5 billion. CanTrust went to 1.5 billion or like 1.8 billion, and they were lying to investors. So, and now Meta has bigger revenues than CanTrust has ever made, and they're at 53 cents, like a market cap of 100 million. Can they go to 400 million? Can they go to 700 million? Can they go to $1 billion in market cap? I don't see why not. Are they worth that? Probably not at these levels. No. I mean, I think where they're at right now, I think they're priced good. Like, okay, so on a price to sales ratio, that's like very low. I mean, I think they're like 100 million market cap, and on a 70 million, that's like a 1.5 price to sales. Liquor companies and like nicotine companies usually on like a 4 to 6 price to sales, and then they're also generating net income. So like Constellation Brands and like you know, Diageo and all these big companies, or Altria, they're creating net income. But like, they're just in the growth stage, right? Like I mean, obviously it's probably like the third or like the fifth inning in all these companies, but the amount of sales in the future, like in USA, when it gets rolling, like it's in like the second inning or third inning for like USA players. So the amount of sales like that these companies can grow in the future, like that's why I'm bullish on Tilt, because in 2020 they can do like maybe 700 million or something. Harvest Health, you looking at them, they're retail, but they're not in Canada, but I will include them in this video. Is basically like they're set to do $900 million in 2020. So I mean, they're gonna be worth a lot more money based on that. It's pretty much what I want to talk about in this video. I hope you like the video. Compound your info, compound your money, compound your interest. Compound interest stock guy. Get your compound interest. Grow that money. Grow that money however way. You know, I'm not all about stocks or anything like that. In my previous video, I'm talking about basically, like, you know, if you can take out money and say you could buy like a trailer for $1,500 and then sell it for $4,000 in a week or two, like that's money. It's like buy and sell, make money. And like with houses or whatever, if you make a smart investing decision and you make money, give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing good. You're getting there towards becoming like having $100,000, having like $250,000, having 500,000, $1 million. You're getting to better levels. Like that's what I want my subscribers and my followers and viewers to do. I want us all to be successful, and it's a long journey, and I want all of us to get there. So let's do this, and subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and until next time, peace.